Welcome to today's video. And today we're talking about a very nice topic. And I named it People Don't Need to Get You. And it's so important. It's so connected to the self-healing journey. And what's most important is that you need to get yourself. And this is basically what the whole self-healing journey is about, what working with pain is about. You need to get yourself, and you need to stop waiting for others to get you. You need to stop expecting others to get you. Because only once you start getting yourself, people start getting you. Only once you start understanding what you want in life, how you feel, how you want to feel. And that's a knowing that you can connect to, the knowing of what you want. And you'll only be most satisfied with yourself when you will spend all your time focusing on your priorities. So you really need to understand what those priorities are. And on the other hand, we only get lost and overwhelmed if we overwhelm our nervous system. And this happens when we do things that don't make sense to us, that are not fulfilling, and that are not aligned with us. And this is very underestimated, I would say, because whenever you do something you hate doing, and it really starts from the little, smallest things, you're wasting extreme amounts of your energy. You're spending your energy in the wrong way. And this doesn't mean, actually, you're not gonna ever be doing those things. But you can change the energy how you're doing them, and you can change the timeline, the time when you're gonna be doing them. Because it's not so much about the action itself, but it's about how we're doing it. And if we're doing it from the energy, I must, I should, I have to right now, then this is the moment where we're starting to get lost, where we're suppressing what we actually need to do at that moment, and we're overstimulating our nervous system. We're overriding ourselves, literally. And this is where the imbalance starts, and where the tension starts accumulating, actually, on the background. And long after that, we feel the pain. Long after that, it accumulates to that extent that it overwhelms us and it literally knocks us down. Or a situation occurs, accidents and things like that. But the beginning of the pain is long before. It's at the moment where you do things you don't want to be doing, and you're overriding yourself. Okay, and you really need to understand where you're heading in your life in order to things and aligned people start falling in your lap. But you need to understand what is it you want. And until you don't, you're going to be presented probably with situations that you don't want, with people that you don't want, so that you can learn your boundaries. You can learn that this is not acceptable. This is what I don't want. So this is why manifesting usually, it happens instantly, but it starts with what we don't want. Because we need to get our way towards being the version, embodying the version of ourselves that is able to accept those things, that is able to receive those things in alignment, just receive. without doing something. But we need to do in order to get back to that alignment, because we have overridden ourselves so many times. We have said no to ourselves so many times. And the only way back is to start saying yes to yourself. You have to allow yourself to observe your own actions and your own emotions, to step back and start observing what you're doing actually, noticing what you're doing and how you're feeling during the doing, whatever it is, every single little situation. You pick up something, you start cleaning, you go to work, how you feel, how you going there, what time, you rushing, stressed, how you feed your body during this process. What are the priorities? And if the priorities aren't you in the first place, then probably there will be a big misalignment, big disharmony. And just observing your own actions and how you feel during them guides you perfectly. That in itself is the intuition. That in itself teaches you so much about yourself. And you will know what is a yes and you will know what is a no. And you need to stop doing the no's. That's all it's about. Self-healing is about stopping doing the no's. Allowing yourself to build that confidence that you no longer have to do the no's. I don't want right now. But there will come a time with ease where it's not about the action again. You're going to be able to do that action, but with satisfaction, with feeling satisfaction. Okay, this is great. I can do this right now. And I don't feel frustrated. I don't feel not good enough. I don't feel not worthy. I don't feel like I have to. But for every action, whether it's studying, cleaning, healing yourself, just being there, working, there can be an aligned way of doing it and a non-aligned way. And unfortunately, if we're experiencing chronic physical pain, we've been doing it in the non-aligned way. We've been doing it from the place of power, with overriding yourself, overpowering yourself, with that short-term strength. I have to push through. I have to do it. I have to do it now. And then I come then it's my turn. Then my priorities. Then I'll rest. Then I'll satisfy my needs. But the then never comes because we promise ourselves things that we don't follow. When was the then last time? When did you last time actually follow? Because this is one of the hardest things, I would say. Follow on what you promised. We promise ourselves, I'll just finish this one more thing. Just quickly, I'll finish this one more thing. One more thing, one more thing, one more thing. And that's the whole tension we experience during the pain, during migraines, during the duration of the pain and the intensity of how much we were saying, not now, not now, not now, not now. The no's are where we spend most of our energy, when we waste our energy. The little things you hate doing add up into big tensions, big unsatisfaction. It originates, the life unsatisfaction originates in the little things. In the little things being wrong. Everything can seem right, but if the little things, the daily actions, the daily doing, isn't from a place of I want, I'm free to, I'm happy to, I'm not a victim of this action. I'm happy to do it. Or I'm happy to delegate it. Or I'm happy to receive help with this action. That's alignment. Non-alignment is I must, I have to, no one will do it for me. I have to do it, or otherwise who will do it? It's looking for the victim point of view only. Looking for I'm irreplaceable and no one's here to help me, no one's here to support me. But once we start supporting ourselves and looking for the other possibilities, allowing ourselves to see the infinity of possibilities, how that thing can be done, that in the end we don't actually have to be the ones doing that action, then from that alignment comes the flow, comes the creativity. From that alignment come all the actions. Okay, how can I adjust it? How would it be possible? Where could I receive help? Where could I be there for myself more? And what happens if we don't do it? This is also a good observation. Because what it's based on, if we don't do it, is mostly fear, our expectations of what will come, fear of punishment that's rooted in our childhood, fear of some aggression, some rational reaction, and that rational reaction will come until that fear is there, until we don't process, I'm okay with not doing this now, I'm okay with doing it when I want to. And it's an adjustment. Doesn't mean overnight we'll be able to master this with all the actions. There will be still some actions that will be extremely annoying, and we will literally not be able to do them without tension, without stress, without thinking that we will still believe we have to do them. There will be plenty in the beginning, and that's okay. It's about starting where you can start. It's about starting to think, okay, I'll do it now. I'll observe doing it. How do I feel during doing the action? And then next time, maybe I'll try to breathe through doing that action, because I still feel the nervous system is strong, the beliefs are so strong. If I still believe I have to do that action, then I can do it with more ease, a little bit more ease. And next time, a little bit more ease. And we can build up to, in the end, not doing that action at all. Being okay with delegating it, with allowing someone else to help us, with asking for help. But I think that's a build up to that. Because if we ask for help from the victim, then we will end up feeling bad that we're not capable of doing that action. If our inner belief is we must do this, we're irreplaceable in this way, in whatever way it is, then it will not work. If you ask for help from the victim, then you will end up feeling even worse, like I didn't manage to do it. Okay. At the same time, you really need to change the way you speak to yourself during this whole process. First step, again, noticing how you speak to yourself, because there's a scenario. Usually it might be a voice of a certain person that it was associated with, and there's like a whole story, inner monologue going on during that action, convincing us why we have to do it, even if we don't want. Because there's something greater that comes to punish us if we don't do it. So the first step is noticing, wow, why am I suddenly thinking about this person, about this situation during doing this? And if you stop and breathe, as we talked about this in another video, That's the moment where you can start getting yourself. That's the moment where you can understand, wait, who's speaking? Why is it not me speaking? Because what we want to change in the end, from the first point of view, people don't get me, they don't understand, they don't get that I need help. I have to do this, I'm a victim, I have so many things that I have to do. No one else will do this for me. Okay, that's the beginning. And the inner monologue will probably be something quite not nice from the previous situations we've experienced. And it is relevant. It's relevant for you at that moment. It's relevant for your body. It's relevant. But in the end, what we can achieve, which is great, what we can achieve here is that the inner monologue, through our affirmations, through our breathing, through our changing how we speak to ourselves, we can achieve that then the same action. I'm going to give an example. I love this example because it's a bit exaggerated, but I had this with vacuuming. I seriously learned how to change, and then if you learn how to change it with the smallest things, then you can work on it. I still have a residue. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but vacuuming was that one action where I felt like complete victim. I still don't understand fully where it originates. I was forced to at least vacuum. You can't at least vacuum here. I think that was part of the monologue. And the way I was vacuuming was horrible. It was painful, exhausting. I felt 100 times more exhausted after vacuuming because I was doing it from the energy of victim, of I have to. No one else will. I must. I'm forced to. But no one wants to be forced to. What we can achieve, the end goal is you're gonna love vacuuming. You're gonna do it when you want. I'm not yet there, but in other actions I'm already there. You're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna be your biggest cheerleader. You're gonna show everyone how to do it, how to vacuum in the best way. You're gonna really enjoy it. It's gonna be your me time. Okay, this is an exaggeration, but it's a great example of understanding that others don't need to get you, but you need to get yourself. You need to understand how you're doing things. This is where the tension starts. In these little things, in these little everyday actions. The way you do things, whatever it is, that will result in the accumulation of overall long-term sustainable feeling. The migraine, the pain, never comes on its own and never comes just like that. It comes as an accumulation of the no's when you said no to yourself. Okay? And when you do things you hate and things that bring up tension, you're blocking the flow of creativity within yourself, and as a result, you end up not knowing what you want. So this is why I'm talking about this. This is the whole point of it. It's like a cycle, right? In the beginning, you need to get to know yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to connect to the knowing of what you want. It's the beginning. But the process of getting there is calming yourself, stepping aside, observing what's in your head, sorting through all the stuff that's coming up, the inner monologue, the feelings, in order to get to understanding how I do things, from what energy, and then I have what I want. Then I have the flow, the creativity, constant ideas. Okay, they arrive naturally. They arrive with passion. They arrive with sense. Every day, what you're doing will start having so much sense, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. But you need to understand what you want, how you want it to be, how you want to feel, and then start observing why you're not feeling that way. In what actions you're accumulating the tension. When are you tensing up, literally? Because this, in the whole, then results in the chronic pain, then results in the low points, then it results. And it results in the overwhelm, the not knowing what I actually want, no creativity, burnout, all of this. Okay, so taking the step back and allowing the cycle to flow again. And it can be hard. In the beginning, it's going to be hard to allow yourself to have one day where you only do from the energy of what you want to do. It's a challenge. It's a really massive challenge in the beginning. It's going to be a challenge to start approaching what you do in a different way. It's going to be a challenge, and it's okay. But step by step, you're getting there. Okay? And it connects a bit to the next video, which will be about following the calling and the intuition and how to reconnect to this. So this is it for today's video. People don't need to get you, but you need to get yourself. Thank you for being here. The door for the individual coaching is still open. 77 euros for one session. If you're ready, you can contact me. We can arrange it. We can even have a get to know 15-minute call, get to know each other, and to see if it works, if it's aligned. You don't have to sign up directly for something you don't know if it will be for you, but from the feel you will know. And yeah, that's if you want to go deeper into your personal story, your personal chronic pain situation, if you're ready to dive deep, if you're ready to do some deep healing, then let me know. And other than that, keep watching these videos. Check out the other videos of the self-healing series, because in itself they're healing. To hear that you're not alone in this, that someone else knows how you feel if you're experiencing chronic pain. There just might be one sentence that will resonate, will make sense, and then slowly you're building that picture. Okay, you are already surrounded with the answers. They're coming to you. Just take it easy, step by step, and you'll get there. And one day you'll look back and you'll see how much work you've done and how far you've come. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.